I dreamt of being a witch when I grew up. My earliest memory is a wild horse making my 5 short years of life flash before my eyes, then a swirling dark robe and a glimmer of starlight. Before those hooves could stave in my head, she appeared, gallantly driving away the horse with a mysterious power. It would have been understandable if I turned away, shielding my eyes against the inevitable. But I saw everything. She saved my life with magic. And no sooner had she rescued me than she departed. Even as I watched her go, she shined ever so brightly. Witches are reviled, cast as a sinister presence in the world. She was no exception. The church was after her, so she fled after saving me. My parents tried so hard to keep me quiet, though. Something about how being saved by a witch was embarrassing. But I knew the truth. Witches are heroes. They choose to live in the shadows, striking down evildoers the law can't punish. Evil that silences greater evil. That's what witches are. That's the truth. That's what no one gets. I'm the only one in this town who understands. And if this isn't destiny, then what is? That encounter meant something. Meeting her like that, there's no question about it. I've been modeling myself after that witch since the day we met. She had an eye patch and her hair was long? Yeah, long. I copied her look and tried to talk the way she did. I think she was saying something about the stars, too. I remember. The sovereign of the stars. That was it. Perfect. From this day onward, I'll be sovereign of the stars. Everyone else thinks I'm some kind of stupid eccentric because none of them know the truth. But that's fine with me. Friends are but frivolous when one serves a higher cause. That's right, for I am sovereign of the stars, witness of the world. Solitude suits me perfectly. I'm not lonely in the slightest. Heroes don't need anyone but themselves, after all. One day, I discovered a suspicious man with a staff wandering through town. He seemed to be looking for someone. Now that I think about it, everyone was abuzz with gossip about a witch hunt the next town over. A lot of girls had been executed, they said. A lot of the parents, too, for hiding their daughters, for protecting witches. Wait, could that man with the staff be... I'm the only one in this town who knows the truth, the only one who's figured out who he really is. It's up to me. The clutches of evil threaten this town, threaten everyone. I gotta protect them. I started tailing him, but soon lost sight of him. For him to shake me off? He's even more suspicious than I thought. Just then, I heard a piercing scream from the town square. In the town square, a creature unlike anything I'd ever seen before was rampaging. What is that? That's no normal animal. The familiar sights of my town were being destroyed right before my eyes, but it all felt like something out of another world. People were lashing out in anger, crying in fear, and none of it seemed real. It was like the pages of a dark fairy tale come to life. Then, the creature's howl split the air of the square, snapping me back to reality. In that moment, all those people paralyzed with fear broke and ran for their lives. They trampled on small children, shoving anyone in their way to the ground. It was exactly the kind of scene I'd always imagined. An enemy appears, and the dashing hero shows up too. No, there's no way I can do that. I mean, I'm nothing special. I'm just a nobody. As my mind spun into panic, a familiar shadow crossed right in front of me. That's the man with the staff. He stood in the middle of the town square, protecting as many people as he could. Watch out! Sure enough, the creature turned on the man. He dodged its attack, but only by a few inches. He's barely holding on. All he's been able to do is dodge, and yet he refuses to run. Why is he doing all this? So everyone has a chance to escape? But the beast finally cornered him and drew closer for the final strike. I'm not special, I know that. But heroes don't pick and choose who they save. They don't save only those who can be saved. Heroes save people because that's who they are. Before my mind had time to catch up, my feet had already started running. Suddenly, light poured from my outstretched hand, sending the creature flying. What was that just now? Magic? I didn't have time to relax, though. The creature next turned its ire on me and lunged forward. Ah! I shut my eyes in horror when a mysterious ray of light passed beside me. Thank you for protecting him. He means the world to us. Not long after saying those words, several witches, each one draped in mystical light, raced towards the creature. What followed was everything I'd ever imagined. The witches, the heroes, vanquishing the evildoer, a tale as old as time. Except for the part where no one thanked us. They drove me and the other witches out of town, blaming us for spreading calamity. But it's all right. I'm not lonely anymore. I have friends now. Friends who aren't imaginary, but real. These witches aren't quite how I'd always imagined they would be, though. No one fawns over them or even bothers to thank them. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. But none of that changes how I feel. Witches are heroes. If the people of the world don't see that yet, I'll make them. By becoming a true hero, one who'll save the world.